Hey, welcome in. You're listening to the daily version of the Cortland Economics Report. I'm Al Cortland. Appreciate you joining me. This is being produced exclusively for our friends at Kitco. It's June 22nd, chatting with Roger Wiegand. You know, Roger, I got an email from a listener by the name of Jed, and he was referring to a comment that I had made in our blog about my portfolio for the most part is doing pretty well. I got a couple of stinkers, however, and Jed replied to that by saying, what are you doing with the stinkers? And my comment was, you know, I am not really concerned in the midterm or the long term about the future of the equities portion of the precious metals market. I think that too many things are in place for the equities portion of this particular market to eventually turn around. And so my response to Jed was, you know, for the couple of stinkers, for lack of better terms, that I've got right now, they're not stinkers in the sense that they're not fundamentally sound, et cetera, et cetera. The prices just aren't performing as I thought they would. But having said that, I'm telling you, I'm keeping my powder dry, and I am just kind of sitting tight with my entire portfolio and adding to it somewhat. Now, you did some technical analysis, Raj, on the resource sector, specifically the stocks, you know, associated with the companies involved in this sector. What did you come up with?
Well, there were two things that I was concerned about, and I think we got answers on both of them in the last 2 days. Number one, this thing in Greece was really upsetting because it was a wet blanket over all the markets. And yesterday, or the day before, they did say that they're going to cover Greece on the debts that are due yesterday on the 21st, and the cover that they're receiving could cover the debts all the way as far into the fall, from like 90 days to 120 days, going forward from June 21. So what that means for us today is we probably are not going to get a slam in the head from the credit markets, which can really upset everything. I was worried about that. Excuse me, now I'm not worried. Now the next thing, and this really covers what you were saying about your personal portfolio, about 90% of our readers and a lot of the folks that follow Kitco for guidance as to gold and silver, and that is this. I went through 5 different sets of charts this morning, primarily the index charts, the GDXJ, which is a junior mining shares index, which I prefer among the group, also the HUI, the XAU, and also the GDM, which you can buy, which is a pool of stocks. And by looking at all of these, Al, I can see that every one of them had found support. Some of them had, in fact, gone back up. One went up to a 20-day moving average from a dropped-out low. And the GDX in particular, which is the one I trust the most, has good support. It had a long price bar, and not only that, but yesterday on that price bar, the price closed at the top of the bar. And what that means is the pressure on the gold and silver stocks is to the long side, but I would caution people that based on the calendar and cycles right now, we don't expect any barn-burning rallies, but the important thing is, number one, we stop selling. Number one, we stop selling. Number two, we're not just flat, but we're basing and we're turning and going higher. I expect a small, reasonable rally in these stocks to continue probably for a few days, and then do a double top and come back and sell to the recent lows. But the other good news I discovered in looking at these charts today is if we can match last year, the stocks rally in metals should begin the last week in July. Now, considering today is the 22nd of June, that's not all that far away.
No, it really isn't, you know, and as you were talking, I was kind of looking at this, you know, a summary of my portfolio, and, you know, out of 10 stocks that I own, 4 of them are down, but you know, I can give specific fundamental reasons that those 4 companies are down, and I don't know, I have to tell you, and I have to tell listeners that I am just continue to be very, very comfortable with the future of the stocks that I'm holding in the precious metals sector. Roger, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you.